Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here, and well, this is finally it. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collaboration with Raid Shadow Legends has ended. April, Mikey, Donnie, Leo, Raph, and Shredder are no longer available. If you already have them, you can still get souls for them, you can still upgrade them, but you won't be able to get these champions probably ever again. And where does that leave us? So in this video, I'm going to talk about what's going to happen next, what am I going to do next, and what you should probably be doing next in Raid, now that this 3-month period, this 3-month adventure with the Ninja Turtles has come to a close. First, thank you Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video and for giving me this wonderful promo link down below in the description there in the QR code. New account with Deacon Armstrong after tutorial, Uugo at 15, Tagoar at 20, Mausoleum Mage at 30, a wonderful start to Raid. And then what to focus on now. So what's going on right now? There's going to be a new Fragment Fusion event for Kroz Wallbreaker that's going to begin on next Thursday, November 20th. So that's something. And also Black Friday is coming. November 28th is Black Friday. You probably cannot avoid seeing talk about Black Friday everywhere. And in Raid, Black Friday has often meant that there are events around it, such as X2 summon events. Last Black Friday on 2024 and in 2023, there were summon events for double chance of legendary from Ancients, then double chance for legendary for Voids, and then double chance of legendary from Sacred Shards all back to back. So it's quite likely that there's going to be some really good opportunities, probably both to spend money and to just spend resources during Black Friday around that date. And this also coincides with the Fusion event. Fusion event begins in November 20th, so it's halfway through when Black Friday hits. And if we take a look a little bit further, then Christmas Fusion has often been a good one, so saving some resources going for that is probably something. If you can take on Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare Demon Lord, then you can build up enough resources needed for all the fusions, even as a free-to-play player. But not enough to do fusions, and then the decks, and then the paths. And that's really what made the Ninja Turtle collaboration a little bit special, because you were saving for those turtle events. So there was a fusion event, there was a deck event, there was a path event. And you were probably, as I was, skipping fusions in order to get all of the other events done as well. And now we're returning back to normal in that sense. We're returning to a place where, okay, for a free-to-play or low spender, it makes a lot of sense to do probably most of the fusions, and then decks and paths are a much lower priority. Speaking of that, I'm actually going to skip the current X2 legendaries from Sacred Shards. This event started today and it's going for a few days, because I'm building up resources for that fusion. I'm building up resources for that Black Friday, because I have some expectations for that one as well. And other than that, of course, building up your turtles. I hope you were able to get many turtles. I got all 4 on all of my 3 accounts. So I still have to book them. I have booked them partially, but not fully yet. And there's going to be a CVC, Clan vs Clan, with personal rewards. That's going to start on Tuesday. So that's one of the prime opportunities to spend some of those legendary tomes. And if your clan manages to win the CVC, then you're going to get quite a lot of energy from the personal rewards. And you can save that energy in your inbox for the fusion, by the way. If you don't claim it, then once the CVC is over, it goes into your inbox. It goes into your inbox in one big chunk. So that's something that you can use to do something like a Gear Hunters event or something during the fusion. So a good opportunity to save some energy for the upcoming fusion as well. So personally, I'm really going to go for this fusion Kroz Wallbreaker. This is maybe not completely mandatory fusion. It's not like you're missing out on something, the best thing ever if you're missing out on this. But there are a lot of good things about this fusion. Kroz Wallbreaker, Ogryn Tribes. My Ogryn Tribes collection is miserable. It's really hard to find champions from Ogryn Tribes. It's also a pretty big DPS champion and bomb damage. So Faction Wars, Ogryn Tribes Faction Wars, Hard Faction Wars also requires you to deal damage with bombs specifically in one of the conditions. And now that's going to be the best bomber for that faction overall. And you probably don't have the other ones. There are only a couple already. So that's going to be a really big deal. It also overlaps Black Friday, so I think there's going to be some really good opportunities for double dipping when it comes to spending shards and getting progress in this fusion. And also it's a fragment fusion. And fragment fusions are my favorite type. They are the easiest type. You can pull the legendary later for another event if you want to, because the fragments do not expire. And usually also you're being offered the fragments later on. If you, for some reason, miss a few fragments, you're offered a real money deal for those. So, for example, for Krogheart, I was missing 10 fragments. I was 90 out of 100 on one of my accounts. And I was offered the remaining fragments for, what is it, 24, 25 euros. It would be $20 in the US. US price is a little bit lower, but Euro has a little bit higher prices. So they are easier to complete. They can be saved. Black Friday overlap. Difficult faction to collect champions for. Looks like a pretty good damage dealer. You're going to need damage dealers. So overall, I like this fusion event a lot. To do this fusion event, you need to save shards, silver, some energy or gems. For newer players, the shard events are really going to be the wall, because everything else scales by account level. So, for example, gear enhancement takes like 20 million silver for gear enhancement event for an established player. Takes a little bit over 10 million for a newer player, so they scale. But the shard requirements do not, so you're going to need around 6 sacred shards and a bunch of ancients and voids to do this. You can probably do it with fewer, just using a lot of mystery shards and using your other shards in creative ways, so just calculating everything that you can do, and in champion chase, like doing some fusions, some of those permanent fusions, for example. So there are ways to go around it. But the shard events are the most difficult ones for newer players. But if you're at the point where you can actually kill Nightmare, you can kill Ultra Nightmare, you will get enough shards to complete these fusions. So, looks like a lovely fusion. That's my next main goal. Before that, there's going to be the CVC, where I'm going to add some more books to my turtles and hope to do more. I'm also going to take a bit more of a look at the turtles and their performance in the near future, because turtles have definitely been account changing for me, and probably for all other newer players who went through the effort to collect them. But yeah, now it's back to normal. Saving fusions, Black Friday, Christmas, lots of good stuff still coming for Raid, even though the Turtles event is over. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.